Hey guys, what's going on? Hermdo back with you. You have to forgive the sun; it's right in my eyes. But we got some Jim Carrey conspiracy shit. These two videos are 4 months apart. You cannot tell an entire generation of people that watch this man's face on repeat for over 2 decades that the person in the second video in Paris is Jim Carrey. Am I crazy? Where is Jim Carrey? So this is the. Yeah, it looks. I don't know. Looks like this looks like how he always looked before. You know, obviously he's a man, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. I'm not sure of Jim Carrey's age, but this one was taken at an award show. He looks a lot different. You can see the his facial features are different. He has a different kind of attitude. You know, we're used to seeing Jim Carrey kind of as a different kind of aura around him. He has a different kind of attitude lately. He's been very. I mean, there's a lot of different speculations about like what Jim Carrey really believes. Some of the stuff he's been saying. He's had some odd interviews, like this one right here.
I do ride a bike, and I get out so early sometimes. I walk or I ride a bike, and I get out so early that I'm sometimes it's just me and the homeless people in Beverly Hills. And,
right. That's it.
The other day I walked, this guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, you're Jim Carrey, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Got a new movie coming out, I heard." And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Well, enjoy it, because the world's going to end in 2026.
2023.
Okay, creepy, eerie, but this is something from this is his secret handstand. This is back in 2014, I believe. This is on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Yeah, that's like the Illuminati hand signal, like the triangle, he's sticking his tongue in there. He says some weird shit during this interview.
This stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
So you got to wonder about this guy. But getting back into this, look at this. He seemed like he was really tired of this shit. But where was it? Where was it? Let's watch this video, then I'll play you something else.
I really took on a pretty...
Hang on a second. Before we watch this, let me go ahead, bookmark that. Let's see the other bookmarks. This right here.
Stand anything in this industry. I hate all of you. As a matter of fact, fuck you too. All of this is pointless. I hate awards. Nobody here has a soul. Yeah. You know?
This kind of shit, yeah.
I couldn't be happier. I love everyone here, and I love Hollywood. If I didn't, I'd be dead and soulless. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's pay attention to what he says here. It's a pretty stark difference. It seemed like he was really critical of Hollywood. It seemed like he was about to blow the lid off some things. It seemed like he was just kind of like done with the whole process. But here, I mean, it looks like he's different. He looks different. There's a lot of different things about this.
It's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, it's, then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and what I said was true, and I really wanted to recognize my family. I wanted to recognize my dad. I mean, my dad was the type of person that if you met him for 5 minutes, you felt like you knew him for 50 years. I can't talk about him without getting emotional. Oh, loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle, Camille Coton.
Let's see what's...
Their fans would come along for the ride wherever it led.
Okay, but here we got hold on a second. We got a couple tweets here. We got this right here. 4 months apart, different eyes, different eye color, different brow shape, teeth are different. Not the age of surgery, sounds different, acts different. It's a different person. His voice is weirdly softer, fake sounding, drunk like. I'm so confused. The second guy is kind of creepy. Eye color is different. The nose is different. Compare the upper lip below the nose. He does look weird. It does look weird. Plastic surgery and Botox, possibly. A lot of this stuff can be attributed to that kind of stuff. I am dead. Jim Carrey's uncanny award speech triggers death theories. Discover our recent award appearance and eerie speech sparked wild clone and death theories about Hollywood legend Jim Carrey. Explore the internet's bizarre Illuminati rumors, plastic surgery claims, and the actual truth behind this viral Parisian moment today. Jim Carrey remains prominent comedic legend in Hollywood as unrestrained performances, blah, 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 blah. The bizarre Parisian award appearance. Jim Carrey received an honorary award for his famous personas at the 51st Caesar Awards in Paris on February 26th. His black tweed coat, bow tie, and shoulder-length dark hair made him stand out. His daughter Jane, grandson Jackson, girlfriend Mina, and late father Percy were acknowledged in French in an emotional speech. He also shared that his ancestor, Marc Francois Carré, completed his trek from France to Canada 300 years ago. This whole thing. Come on, baby.
Pretending to be him. And it's never been more obvious than this is happening. Besides the fact that this actor has totally failed the facial recognition that we possess as human beings, it's been spotted that there's clearly a
Hang on 1 second. This guy's saying it's Botox. 4 months apart, looks like himself in the first video, even with work or injections.
mask, as you can see the seam on the neck, and that this actor's eyes are a greenish blue, while Jim Carrey's eyes are brown. Not to mention, he just doesn't pass the test, not even with mannerisms or the way that he speaks. The body double / actor pretending to be Jim Carrey seemingly gives the reason for Jim Carrey's demise or disappearance in his speech talking to reporters. But before we listen to what he says to the reporters, let's remember what Jim Carrey used to try to tell the public about the Illuminati.
Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue. It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? But for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they...
This is kind of freaky stuff. I don't know. I mean, could it be like a big send-up if you're trying to do like a comedy bit here? But, I mean, he's pretty much hitting all the right notes, all the kind of stuff that conspiracy theories say about this kind of shit. Like, they're all satanic worshipers. They're all going out in the woods doing rituals and shit. They got the triangle hand symbol and all that kind of shit. Maybe he's making a send-up of it. But this is hitting all the right notes, man. This is hitting all the right notes. A lot of this stuff, fueling conspiracy shit, maybe he is tired of it. Maybe he knows all that shit about, like, Bohemian Grove or, like, Moloch or some shit. I don't know. Maybe he's in on it. He's actually trying to warn people about it, but you got to do it in this funny, jokey way. You know, that's got to be kind of the curse of a lot of these Hollywood people. Like so many guys out there, maybe they are whistleblowers. Maybe they are trying to blow the lid off this thing. It's kind of crazy, you know, thinking about it.
Decide these things, and you know,
But moreover, you got to wonder about like the people that are entertainers, the people that have been in like Hollywood for decades and decades. And you got to think about like the new crop of like actors too. All these people that are forcing down your throats, all these fake celebrities and stuff. Who are these people actually? Where do they come from? What do they do? Who do they know? What connections do they have? What have they seen? You know, what kind of process do they have to go through to become famous? You know, you see guys like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, you know, all these dudes that have been around for a million years. You got to wonder, like, what's sustaining them? What have they seen, you know, to maintain these careers for decades and decades? You know, are they taking like adrenochrome? Are they part of secret societies? Are they all hooked up with all these evil reptilians? You know, you got to wonder about this shit.
Yeah, look at him trying to it's hilarious. And
Now listen carefully to what the body double says about Jim Carrey. And definitely watch the body language.
You know, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy, but you know, it's then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried, and what I said was true, and I really wanted to recognize my family.
He said, I'm dead. I made a lot of mistakes. I was a novice. I received a lot of love and appreciation. What I said was true.
Man, if the Illuminati got to Jim Carrey, I'd be so bummed out, dude. He's one of my favorite actors. You know, Ace Ventura, The Mask. You know, I grew up with that shit. God damn it, man. I love this freaking guy. I'd be so disappointed if he was in on that shit, or if he got human sacrificed to Baal or whoever the fuck.
I tried. But that's not all. It gets even creepier if you could imagine. Because there's a reference to the Truman Show when he says goodbye on stage.
In case he doesn't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I gotta watch the Truman Show again.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
You gotta wonder about all these, like, secret meanings and all this kind of shit. Like, what is, maybe some people in Hollywood are trying to warn us, talking about all this kind of stuff. You see some of the media coming out, maybe not so much recently. I mean, I guess there is, but I think about like the 90s kind of stuff, like the Truman Show, The Matrix, Fight Club, all this kind of stuff that came out, you know, like a lot of the stuff that, you know, maybe catered to like generations before mine, but it's just like this whole idea that the world we live in is like a farce, and that like everything's like predetermined, and that we're under control of like a shadowy cabal of elites or something, and all this kind of shit. But you know, you gotta wonder, like, who really is in charge here? Are we in charge of our own lives? I mean, people just controlling us all over the place, and now it just seems like it's more evident. People are freaking out. I mean, you know, these people are, you know, the media we interact with, the things we do, how we live our lives, what we do with our devices, how, you know, trapped inside this world we are, just to have these creature comforts and kind of stuff. And it's just like people want to break free, and, you know, everyone's just like, no, don't do that, just stay, be comfortable. And it's just kind of weird, you know, the kind of shit we just put up with in this society of ours.
In the creepy speech that not real Jim Carrey gave, he describes himself as a novice. A novice is a person who is new to or inexperienced in a particular field, situation, or activity, often regarded as a beginner, learner, or trainee. But there's a religious definition to the word novice. A person admitted to a probationary membership in a religious community. The Illuminati.
So what are they saying? This guy's like a body double or something, or a clone or something created on, you know, God knows where, but some secret facility underground or some shit. And this guy's like, he's training, he's learning to be Jim Carrey. I mean, when he said, I'm dead, does that mean like Jim Carrey's dead and this guy's like a replacement for him or some shit like that?
Illuminati is a religious satanic cult. People are inducted into this satanic cult through rituals of sacrificing other people, eating other people, especially children or family members. What's interesting is the very strange speech that this body double gave.
You gotta wonder, with all this kind of shit that's been coming out and going around, all this kind of conspiracy shit, you gotta wonder, like, who really is, I mean, who is a body double? Who is a clone? Who are these people? These people that entertain us, these people in Hollywood, all these people, you know, that we're obsessed with, that we like model our lives around, that we care about so much. I mean, who actually where do these people come from? You know, you got to ask yourself these questions like, is this guy actually a clone? What the fuck is going on? Are these people real in any meaningful way? Do they live their lives like we do? Do they have the same wants and desires as us? Do they even like breathe the same way we do? It's fucking weird, man. It's eerie.
Describing himself as a novice with good intentions, who was telling the truth, but made mistakes.
Ultimately, I believe that suffering leads to salvation. In fact, it's the only way. That we have to somehow accept and not deny, but feel our suffering and feel our losses. And then we make one of two decisions. We either decide to go through the gate of resentment, which leads to vengeance, which leads to self-harm, which leads to harm to others, or we'll go through the gate of forgiveness, which leads to grace. Just as Christ did on the cross. He suffered terribly, and he was broken by it. And the decision was to look upon the people who were causing that suffering, or the situation that was causing that suffering, with compassion and with forgiveness. And that's what opens the gates of heaven for all of us.
Jim Carrey has seen...
Okay, wild shit. But let's get back into this article here. Despite the beautiful sentiments, the specific quote ignited massive speculation during the event. Jim Carrey literally stated, "I am dead. I made a lot of mistakes. I was a novice, but I felt a lot of love, a lot of appreciation that I've tried. What I said was true." The haunting phrasing instantly alarmed listeners. "I am dead." Jim Carrey's uncanny award speech triggered death theories almost overnight, heavily overshadowing his joyous celebration. Social media users quickly claimed the 64-year-old looked and sounded nothing like his former high-energy self. Some argue that his eye color seemingly changed from brown to green, while this suggested he underwent a blepharoplasty procedure, a claim previously guessed by plastic surgeon Dr. Millicent Ravello. Instead of accepting natural aging, conspiracy theorists suggested dark forces eliminated him for not pledging allegiance to Satan. A viral Instagram reel claimed the actor was replaced by a body double. This post argued his past positive views on Jesus made him a target, referencing his film The Truman Show as proof of a grand elite illusion. Rest in peace, Jim Carrey. He said publicly over and over, if that he ever came out of retirement, it wasn't him. Jim Carrey does not like the word like, does not use the word like when he's expressing himself, especially twice in one sentence. He is much more well-spoken than that thing. Where the hell is the real Jim Carrey? It's not him. Just the looks, the voice expression, the mannerisms are totally different. Poor Jim Carrey. They're 100% playing on our faces. This one, man, we lost a real one. The modern clone rumors heavily mirror past conspiracies. In 2014, Jimmy Kimmel Live interview, Jim Carrey openly mocked secret societies, flashed a hand gesture he called the all-mocking tongue, and joked that Hollywood stars are used by Illuminati to keep the public happy and docile. While clearly a satirical performance meant to get audiences in on the joke, theorists used it as proof that he was a genuine whistleblower exposing industry secrets and lies to the public. Crazy stuff. But yeah, let's get into this Jim Carrey shit a little bit more. You know, Jim Carrey is breaking in and over his unrecognizable appearance. Yeah. But character versus visual of this whole thing. You know, those are some of my... Hold on a second. Jim Carrey. Yeah, a lot of speculation about... A lot of people are talking about this kind of shit. You know, looking at his eyes, looking at the way he looks. I aged 20 years there, but he's been body snatched. No way this is the same person. Community store in L.A. hit a seance to channel the ghost of Andy Kaufman. The people with hoods and cloaks included actors Lily Tomlin. Jim Carrey is suspected of channeling Kaufman's spirit when he played him in a movie. There's some wild shit here. But I found this. Jim Carrey, family admit he died of Kuru and was cloned by Bill Gates on Epstein Island. Oh, brother. Jim Carrey stepped on the red carpet at 51st Caesar Awards at Paris, February 2026. 64-year-old icon receiving a rare honorary Caesar for a legendary career. Look nothing like the chaotic rubber-faced genius fans. Remember? Tighter skin, altered eyes, subdued energy. It felt robotic instead of electric. No trace of the wild gray tussle. The elastic expressions, the Ace Ventura bounce. Now his cousin has stepped forward. Someone who's known him as a child and revealed that the real Jim Carrey was cloned and replaced by the elite. A new version of Jim is entirely different to the old Jim, he said in a recorded statement. The new Jim has noticeable body changes, including an altered posture, different faded facial features, and a faded childhood scar, and exhibits a totally different vibe in the form of a calmer, more controlled demeanor.
You want it straight? There's the real Jim, and then there's the new Jim. I grew up with the real Jim. Restless, loud, brain moving faster than his mouth. Same crooked grin since he was a kid. Same scar on his chin from when we wrecked our bikes. When he hugged you, it was quick, hard, real. Then Hollywood got him. Private jets, no phones. Weekends nobody could explain. He'd come back talking about the circle and how the top level runs on leverage. Then he started hinting at the vice, not drugs, consumption, youth. He got obsessed with staying young. Injections, blood treatments, experimental stuff. That's when he started talking about Jeffrey Epstein and cloning labs, offshore backups, insurance bodies. Said powerful men don't gamble on mortality, they duplicate. He told me he'd upgrade one day, on his terms. Then his girlfriend was found dead. I don't know what happened in that house. He hinted.
Talk about like the sacrifice, stuff like that. Jim Carrey's girlfriend did die a few years ago. It was some wild stuff, man. I don't know what all the details about that kind of shit, but let me see. Jim Carrey, girlfriend, death. Kind of stuff. September 2015, Carolina White, 30-year-old on-again, off-again girlfriend of actor Jim Carrey was found dead in her Los Angeles home from a prescription drug overdose. Her death was officially ruled a suicide. White was found on September 28, 2015 with a suicide note addressed to Jim Carrey. According to reports, the autopsy report claimed that she died from an overdose of prescription medication. Carrey and White, Irish-born makeup artists, have been dating on and off since 2012. They had reportedly broken up a few days before and she was found, though some reports suggested they were on a break. This is some wild shit. Yeah. God almighty. Maybe that's the sacrifice act. I mean, we talk about people making these sacrifices. We talk about people like losing family members or like losing a part of themselves or God knows what. All this kind of shit going on. Like they talk about killing Kanye's mom. That one congressman, Thomas Massey, he lost his wife, for going against Israel and shit. You got to wonder, like, powers that be, trying to bring people into their, like, little sphere, their little inner circle, and people reject it and they pay huge prices for it.
But I'm not going to say. I just know that after that, he wasn't the same. He stopped pretending he was better than it. He leaned in, ritual stuff. Oaths. Real ugly parties. Hanging around chaos agents like Courtney Love and worse. Bill Gates. More trips to the island. He started eating different. Wouldn't touch regular food. One night, he told me, real calm, he only ate what he would have fucked if it was still breathing. I didn't sleep much after that. And then he got shaky. Hands trembling. Eyes always scanning the room. Makeup caked on thick because he said cameras could see degradation. His word, degradation. He looked gray, sick, handlers everywhere. Then he went to the island again, and he vanished. Weeks later, we're told he's resetting. When he came back, I knew. The new Jim looks like him. Same voice, same height, but the body's tighter, straighter. The real Jim couldn't stand still. The new Jim stands perfectly still, and he doesn't recognize us right. The first time we dinner back, he hesitated before hugging his own aunt. Called our cousin by the wrong nickname. I brought up the lake house, the dog glimpse. He smiled, but there was nothing behind it. No details, no riff, just performance. The real Jim would have turned it into a 10-minute story. The new Jim nuns. He used to say he'd upgrade when he was old, but he got unstable, guilty, talking too much about dangerous things. I don't think he got to choose the timing. The real Jim was volatile, dangerous, always on the verge of saying something that would have burned it all down. The new Jim? Polished, safe. The real Jim knew me. The new Jim looks at me like I'm a file he skinned once. And that's how I know that's not him anymore.
What the fuck? Hollywood star Leonardo DiCaprio has scrubbed his social media as millions of users are demanding his arrest for eating child meat. In the past 24 hours, users flooded DiCaprio's posts with slogans like "Arrest the Cannibal," 70 pounds of children's flesh, and strings of PDF. Jesus Christ. Carrey began to speak of his meat-only diet, making sexualized remarks about the meat that his cousin found distasteful. This came from a fatal trip to the island. According to the cousin, the real Jim Carrey is lured to Little St. James under the guise of philanthropy talks with Gates. Epstein was not on site, but the island's underground cloning labs funded by the same Microsoft billions that brought influence everywhere else were still humming. The cousin claims Gates himself were there during Carrey's visit and suspects original Carrey was retired in the most permanent way possible. After returning from the island, Jim was never the same. The cousin states flatly his eyes were wrong, the laugh is forced, even the way he walks, that they downloaded mannerisms but forgot the soul. While the industry continues to portray Carrey as edgy and dangerous, permanently teetering on the brink of cancellation, the truth is that if you listen carefully to his words, he's doing the bidding of the elite. Every public meltdown, every crazy rant, every carefully timed appearance, all scripted damage control from the same people who replaced him. Tried to blow the whistle on child meat rituals as long ago as 2017. This might be the Jimmy Kimmel thing. If it actually loads, I don't know. Jesus criminy. This is some wild shit, man. This is some wild shit. Eats whole babies for Christmas, 2017. This is some bizarre shit. Kids are fattened up for the Christmas table like geese and turkeys, except the animals that don't do the ritual abuse, psychological torment that these kids are forced to suffer. This might all be some crazy, weird shit. Christmas time is slaughter time. The entertainment industry is a PR and brainwashing march new world or the globalist empire of Luciferianism. Carrey said, warning, there will be a strong push to normalize Satanism 2018, good old-fashioned devil worshipping. Okay, that's just about enough of this conspiracy crap surrounding Jim Carrey. This is some wild shit. I don't know where these claims are coming from. A lot of this stuff just fucking insane shit. But what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Do you think Jim Carrey's a clone? Do you think they replaced him? We saw the footage of him talking at the reward ceremony. We've seen some of this other stuff, his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. A lot of this other stuff, his cousin, whoever this cousin guy is, testifying on that shit. So some of this stuff, it sounds less ridiculous as time goes on. It really does. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.